Is Ben coming back? Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We are so excited to discuss more Bachelorette bombshells, but before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. I'm Hibaberry, and today I'm joined by Gabby Gonta. Hey Gabby.
Hi, let's talk all about it.
All right, so as we saw in last night's promo, there was a moment of frustration and confusion from Tayshia, which led Bachelor Nation to speculate that Ben is making a comeback post elimination. Let's take a look at the clip.
This thing could be the bomb that just explodes everything.
There's a rose ceremony. What do I do with that?
All right, Gabby, so what did you think of that clip?
It's very interesting. You know, they always edit these so crazy to throw us for a loop. So I think the fact that Zach was kind of edited in between those clips, maybe they're trying to create a sense that her and Zach are going to have a fight or something's going to go down between them. But I really do think it's Ben because of these clips. You know, we saw Ben be really emotional and he really didn't get his chance to tell her how he feels. So I feel like when she says, there's a rose ceremony, what do I do with that? I feel like she's talking about what do I do with this new information that I have possibly from Ben. So I do sort of agree with this Bachelor Nation fan take that people are having for next week. What do you think?
I feel like it's, the common formula, the common thing that we expect all these Bachelor producers and Bachelorette producers to kind of, make these edits out of sequence. So I'm not surprised that, of course, the drama is still being continued, especially at the end of the season, especially with Tayshia's storyline being wrapped up. So we'll just have to keep watching and really know what happens because we can't really trust these promos because it can honestly mean anything. All right, now in the car ride home, Ben said, quote, maybe she loved me and she thought I didn't love her back. If that's the case, I effing blew it, end quote. All right, Gabby, do you think Ben wasn't vocal enough, which caused him to get sent home?
Absolutely. I think Ben has struggled with this entire season. He's feeling all the emotions. He knows how he feels and he just can't express it for some reason. I know I am like a pretty shy and reserved person as well. So it takes a while for me to like come out and say something big like that. So I definitely feel for Ben. But I think Tasha's been so patient with him all season in trying to pull it out of him and he just couldn't get there. And I think with that quote that you just read about what he was saying in the car, that's when he really sat down and realized, this is my fault. I messed this up. And maybe we could have had something if I would have just told her how I was feeling, because in a relationship, we can't mind read. You can't, read your significant other's mind. You don't know how they're feeling all the time. So communication is seriously key. And if they didn't have free flowing open communication, the relationship was obviously not going to keep progressing. But that's what I think. What about you?
It's really unfortunate that they have these epiphanies, after they've been eliminated. It's unfortunate that it doesn't happen, while they're still in the competition, fighting for Tayshia. But, maybe that's what it takes. You don't realize what you have until it's gone and it's taken away. So I feel like that's kind of, the catalyst that really pushed Ben to say, I love you and to really mean it this time. Now, in the December 14th promo, there is an unaired clip where Ben says in a hotel room, quote, I've never felt this feeling, but I'm in love with you, end quote. So it seems like it wasn't footage from hometowns. It was specifically in the promo that was teasing the finale. Let's take a look.
I've never felt this feeling, but I'm in love with you.
Ooh.
All right. So, Gabby, do you think Ben's I love you is genuine, or do you think he's scrambling to still win Tayshia's heart when her mind was already made up?
Yeah, that's tough. This is a huge moment. I think it's ideal for viewers for Ben to come back during the finale and just try to get his redemption and just express how he was feeling, because we saw how raw of an emotion it was with him and how it really is so hard and he just needs a little bit more time. So like seeing this makes me really excited because I want him to come back and get that opportunity to tell her how he feels. It unfortunately might be a little bit too late because the other guys are just there with her already. But I really hope he does come back and have this moment and maybe get another chance with Tayshia. I know with Bennett, he sort of did the same thing. But if I'm comparing Bennett and Ben, I think Bennett's was completely ungenuine because he just wanted that redemption, wanted another chance to get back on the show, wanted a little bit more time. Whereas Ben, he truly fell for Tayshia and just needed more time to express that. And so I think when and if he does come back, like it looks like, I really do think it's going to be genuine.
Definitely, and you definitely mentioned Bennett, so that's a really good segue because Ben was not the first person to backtrack and try to redeem himself. We all remember Bennett. So, do you think Ben will have better luck than Bennett did?
That's a great question. It's tough because Bennett, he came back, said I love you, he wanted to stay, and she let him. She gave him that opportunity. He ended up not getting a rose that night, but she still invited him to the cocktail party. He still stuck around a little bit longer and got that second chance. But when it comes to comparing Ben and Bennett again, I think, that was a week ago. That was like when there was, five or six guys left, and she had a little bit more wiggle room to bring another guy back and it would sort of be okay. But now I think she's just, narrowing it down so much that there isn't just room to bring Ben back just because she wants another chance or she wants to try things out. Like, we have no more time for that. So I don't know. Even though I think Ben is more genuine than Bennett, he might not have as much luck as him in terms of coming back for another chance, if that makes sense.
No, for sure. And I mean, we are getting down to the final three and then the final two, and then eventually, the best suitor. So I think there's no more time to hold things back. You're either in it or you're not. And it does seem like Bennett was really still holding himself back after everything they've been through. And you would think, he's finally secure with himself and he's ready to open up about everything and anything that he feels. But it still seems like, a part of him is still hesitant. And I don't think Tayshia has any more time to wait on Ben, unfortunately, because she has all these other three suitors that are invested, ready to, marry this woman, especially, after meeting their families and having that also solidified it as well. So I don't know. My prediction is I don't think she's gonna take Ben back. I think she's made up her mind, and I really don't think the I love you will change that factor as well. And we're definitely getting down to the wire. Now, Gabby, in what order do you think the next contestants will be eliminated? Because, some fans were definitely blindsided by Ben's elimination.
We seriously were. I think these top four guys are probably the best we've ever had. So unproblematic. Every single hometown went so well. So it was hard. I had no idea who she was going to send home. After the fact, looking back at it, I can tell that Ben was more hesitant and not as mature or just as there with her necessarily. So it makes sense now. But in the moment when the rose ceremony was starting, I certainly had no idea. And it's only getting tougher now that there's three. So my predictions would be that I think she's going to send Brendan home next. Unfortunately, although he's my favorite, I in my dreams wish they would end up together because they're so adorable. But I think she's going to send him home just because he's a little bit more on the shy side. And, he's expressed issues with being ready for a proposal next week. And I think just everything is more in the stars with her and Ivan and Zach at this point. So I think they're going to be her top two. And eventually Zach will be the last one standing. I don't know if they're going to continue dating or if there's going to be a proposal or anything like that, but I think he's going to be the one left in the end. What about you?
Very interesting. I was definitely blindsided by Ben because I thought, again, he was a fan favorite. So I thought he for sure had it in the bag, at least till the final two. So I was really surprised that she said his name during the rose ceremony. I genuinely thought it was going to be Brendan that was going to be going home instead of Ben, because I definitely had my hesitancies with Brendan as well. He was worried about their families meeting during the lie detector test and just had hesitancy all around for me, out of all the other guys that were so solid. So I was very surprised that Brendan made it through. But in comparison to Zach and Ivan, I think Brendan is going to fall short and be eliminated next. Because I just think the relationship that she has with Zach and Ivan is just so strong. And you definitely see that connection, on their dates compared to Brendan's date. So I don't know. I mean, it's a nail biter. And honestly, the way last night went, who knows like how next week is going to turn out. So we definitely don't know. And once again, we'll just have to wait and see how these Bachelorette mastermind producers will play this out. All right, you guys, that's all we have to share with you for now. As always, we want to know your thoughts. So tell us down in the comments below. Who do you think the final three will be? The final two? Also, don't forget to follow us on all our socials. Please subscribe and ring the bell because we'll be back with more Bachelorette news and reactions as the season wraps up quickly. I'm Hibaberry, and I was joined today by Gabby Gonta, and we'll see you guys next time.